solve the following equations below by factoring completely and then using the zero product property. So these are, let's see, here I can factor out a 6. So I'm going to get 6 times x minus 3 times 3x plus 2 equals 0. Now I use the zero product property, x minus 3 equals 0, 3x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals 3, or 3x equals negative 2, x equals negative 2/3. On this one, I have no common factors that we can factor out. So I'm going to make a box and a diamond, x squared and 10. I need two numbers that multiply to 10 and add to negative 7. It's going to be negative 5 and negative 2. So we get x minus 2 minus 5. So this is 0 equals x minus 2 times x minus 5. X minus 2 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. So x equals 2, or x equals 5. For this equation, I notice these are all divisible by 2. So I'm going to factor out a 2. So we get 2 times x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Now I'm going to factor this part. So we get x squared and negative 6. Two numbers that add to negative 6, multiply to negative 6 and add to 1 would be positive 3 and negative 2. So we get x times x. This is plus 3 minus 2. So our new equation is 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 3 equals 0. Remember, the 2 needs to carry down here. We use the zero product property, x minus 2 equals 0, x plus 3 equals 0. So we get that x equals positive 2, or x equals negative 3. Here I can't factor anything out, but I'm going to rewrite this as 4x squared plus 0x minus 1 equals 0. And when I make my box, this is 4x squared and negative 1. Two numbers that multiply to negative 4 and add to 0 are going to be negative 2 and positive 2. So we get, let's see, 2x and 2x minus 1 here, plus 1 there. 2x plus 1 times 2x minus 1 equals 0. 2x plus 1 equals 0, or 2x minus 1 equals 0. So we get that, let's see, I need to solve these over here. 2x plus 1 equals 0. 2x equals negative 1. So x equals negative 1/2. Or here, 2x minus 1 equals 0. So 2x equals 1. And x equals positive 1/2. Jaime's paper airplane flies according to this formula, where h of t is the height of the plane and t is the number of seconds. After how many seconds will his plane hit the ground? So the hint is when the plane hits the ground, its height will be 0. So I need to plug in 0 for the height. I can try to factor this. So we have negative 5t squared and 5. We need two numbers that multiply to negative 25 and add to 14. The only numbers that I know that multiply to negative 25 are 5 and 5. And those definitely don't add to 14. So we need to use the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So we know that a is negative 5, b is 14, and c is 5. So we get x equals negative b, negative 14, plus or minus the square root of 14 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times positive 5, all divided by 2 times, it's okay, I'm making a video.
Do we have copies of this chapter?
For next week?
Yeah.
No.
So we're making our own?
Yes.
Okay.
2 times negative 5. So x equals negative 14 plus or minus the square root of 14 squared is 196. And then we have 2 negatives, so this is going to be plus. That's 20 times 5 is 100, all divided by negative 10. X equals negative 14 plus or minus the square root of 296, which is 17.2, all divided by negative 10. So then we get x equals negative 14 plus or minus 17.2 divided by negative 10. Now we need to split this up into two problems. X equals negative 14 plus 17.2 divided by negative 10, and x equals negative 14 minus 17.2 divided by negative 10. So now I'm going to do 14 plus 17.2, or negative 14 plus 17.2 is 3.2, divided by negative 10 would be negative 0.32. This would be, let's see, negative 14 minus 17.2 is negative 31.2 divided by negative 10, which would be positive 3.12. So x here, I should have written t. This really should have been t equals, because we're trying to find the time. And that's x. So this one doesn't make any sense because it's negative. Negative time wouldn't make sense in this context. So our answer would be t equals 3.12. So after 3.12 seconds, the plane hits the ground. Sketch a parabola with x-intercepts 2, 0, and 7, 0. So 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. And a y-intercept of 0, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then find the equation of the parabola. So I know that I need to find my line of symmetry. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know 2.5 away. 1, 2.5 away. So the line of symmetry is 1, 2, 3, 4. X equals 4.5. So I know that my y-intercept is going to be on the other side of this right here. There's the symmetry point. And then I have my two x-intercepts, so I can write the equation in factored form. Y equals a times x minus 2 times x minus 7. But then I need to solve for a. So I know that this point goes through the parabola. So I'll plug that in. Negative 7 equals a times 0 for x. 0 for x. Negative 7 equals a times negative 2 times negative 7. So negative 7 equals a times 14, divided by 14. And we get that a equals negative 1/2. So the factored form equation is y equals negative 1/2 times x minus 2 times x minus 7. Now I need to find the vertex in order to put it into vertex form. So in vertex form, I know that the x equals 4.5. So to find the vertex, I'm going to plug in 4.5 into the factored form equation. So y equals negative 1/2 times 4.5 minus 2 times 4.5 minus 7, which is negative 1/2 times 2.5 times negative 2.5, which is negative 1/2 times, let's see, oh, you can't see that, 2.5 times negative 2.5 is negative 6.25. And then we need that times 1/2 times negative 1/2. So we need to divide that by 2. And we get that y equals negative, or no, it's going to be positive 3.125. So the vertex is at 4.5, comma 3.125. So 123.1 would be right there. Here's my parabola. And the equation in vertex form would be, oh, 1 second, like 2 seconds. Y equals negative 1/2 times x minus 4.5 squared plus 3.125. Now we need to find the equation in standard form. So to find the equation in standard form, we know that we know the a value, it's negative 1/2. We know the c value is that, but we need to find b. So one thing we can do is just multiply this out using a box. So I'm going to make a box here and multiply out x minus 2 and x minus 7. We get x squared minus 7x minus 2x plus 14. So we can rewrite this equation as y equals negative 1/2 times x squared. Then here we've got negative 9x's plus 14. But then we have to distribute the negative 1/2. So we get y equals negative 1/2 x squared. 9 divided by 2 is plus 4.5x, and then minus 7.